And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Otis High School, Otis, Colorado. Kerry Sherman with you from Big Time Small Town Media. We're producing this Class 1A Region 3 volleyball action for ColoradoPreps.tv and Chassa.tv. This is match number 2 from this region. Otis, the top seed, and it defeated Idalia in straight sets, 2013, 2015, 2016. We're getting ready for the 2-3 matchup, the 2 seed in this region, the Flagler Lady Panthers. They come in as the number 2 seed from District 7. They sport a 12-10 record, which is a bit deceptive when you look at who they've played. Those 10 losses are to Weldon Valley, Simla, Byers, twice to High Plains, they've lost to Otis, twice to Stratton, Marino, and Eads. Of those teams, only Marino not still alive in regional play. Weldon Valley, they were the number 1 seed, number 1 in the state coming into this weekend in Class 1A. Simla, number 2 in 2A. So they've lost to some very powerful teams. Idalia is 13-9. They are the number 3 seed from District 5. At 13-9, their losses: 3 times to Otis, twice to High Plains. They lost to Flagler. They split with Stratton and they split with Kit Carson and lost to Stratton. Their only bad loss on the season to Lone Star. So these 2 teams whose records aren't indicative of the talent level. Getting ready for the introduction of starters. We'll put those on the screen. Idalia will be the visiting team. We've got number 7, Janae Terrell. She is a freshman. Number 6, Reagan Schaefer, also a freshman. Number 5, Kristen Mooney is a freshman. Number 2, Susanna Herrera, also a freshman. And then they will go number 9, Emma DeVitor. She is a senior. Number 4, Michaela Waitman, also a senior. And the libero, number 3, Sierra Wireman, also a senior. They are in their white tops. And the libero, Wireman, will be in the maroon. Head coach for Idalia, Kylie Chamberlain, and her assistant coach, Crystal Richards. Flagler will be in black tops with the libero in orange. They start a lineup with number 5, Alicia Rodwell. She's a freshman. Their libero in the orange. Number 4, Haley Allison. Number 3, Jade Haas. She is a freshman. And then they go into their upperclassmen. Number 2, Christina Stratton, a junior. Number 11, Morgan Ostman, a senior. Number 9, Melissa Poet, a senior. And number 1, Katie Ostman, also a senior. Head coach of Flagler, the legendary Pam Fagerlund, and her assistant, Leslie Sauer. These 2 did meet during the regular season. That was back on the 9th of October. Played at Flagler, and Flagler won it in 5 sets, 25-14, 17-25, 22-25, 25-12, 15-6 in the 5th. Take a look at the Max Preps Freeman rankings for these 2 coming into this weekend. Flagler, again, at 12-10, but they are ranked number 12 by the Freeman ranking. Idalia came in number 16. And after our 8 automatic qualifiers into the field of 12 for the tournament in Denver at the Denver Coliseum. 4 more teams will be selected from these other regions based on their standing in the Freeman rankings. Idalia will be on the left side of your video screen here in set number 1. And Flagler in the black on the right. It is Flagler to serve things up. Jade has. Punches one down the middle, popped up by Sierra Wireman. Waitman sets it in the middle for DeVitor, off speed and down in front of a diving Melissa Poet. First point of the match to Idalia. The serve will go to Michaela Waitman. Waitman drives one in the middle. It's popped up. Set in the middle for Morgan Osman. Too tall, too strong, and out of bounds. Waitman serving up 2-0. Punches that one again in the middle. Popped up by, I believe that was Poet. Outside is Rodwell. Too strong and out of bounds. It's a 3-0 start. Waitman punches that one. It's fielded in the front by Morgan Osman. They'll set her in the middle. She'll just tink it over the top of the block, and it will find its way down, getting the first point on the scoreboard of the evening for Flagler. Stepping back to serve now for the Lady Panthers, Katie Ostman. It's popped up in the middle by Mooney. Waitman will set it in the middle. DeVitor into the block of Morgan Ostman and back down on the Idalia side. You can see Coach Fagerlund out of the corner of my eye directing one of her players to not be caught sleeping. She was not ready in case that ball came back over. DeVitor into the net, and we're tied at 3. Katie Osman again drives that one, popped up and over by Mooney. Rodwell tries to tip it over, but her momentum carried her into the net, giving the point back over to Idalia. Sierra Wireman set to serve her first time here in the match. She drives it deep in the middle, popped up by Haz. Shot outside for Morgan Osman, out of play. And Wireman will continue on serve. Haz again gets that one up to shoot it outside for Morgan Osman, off the touch and out of play. Give the kill to Morgan Osman and the serve to Osman as well. She'll punch that one into the middle, popped up by Schaefer. Back set for Mooney, near side, goes cross court. Katie Osman there to dig it. Into the back row set for Jade Haz, and she punches it right into the net. Mooney serves that one over for Idalia. Set near side for Poet. She'll drive across court, dug up by Mooney. Far side set for Reagan Schaefer and drives it off the back wall. Point to Flagler. They're back to within 1, 6-5. Serve for Rodwell. Deep and just carries beyond the baseline. Service error for the Flagler freshman. And she's replaced in the back row by Allison. Freshman for freshman in the Flagler back row. Herrera serve popped up by Morgan Osman. Set near side for Haz, off of the touch of Mooney. And that'll give a point over to That's Poet. She's dug in the back row by Mooney. Overpass, put back over. Set outside for Reagan Schaefer off the net. Dug up by Allison. Joust at the net, and Poet got it over on the Idalia side, and it'll go out of bounds off of Michaela Waitman to tie us at 7. Poet still on serve. Drives that one into the middle. Mooney gets that one up clean. Set near side for Terrell. Off of the block of Poet. Actually, that wasn't Poet who had been serving. That was LaRae Sesko who had checked in to the back row. Did not catch that because that was Poet on the block. She was off the net. It went off of her and down for an Idalia point. And Terrell will serve that one right into the net to tie us back at 8. She checks out. Replaced in the back row by Wireman. This time it's Poet serving for Flagler. Set outside, DeVitor. Dinks one over, dug up. Set in the middle. Morgan Osman blocked. Got it back up. Waitman, she'll set far side for Schaefer. Dug by, I believe that's number 2. I can't see who checked in. DeVitor will get that one off of the block. Yes, that was number 2 in the back row with the dig. Christina Stratton kept it alive, but DeVitor able to get one down for the kill and put the lead back on the Idalia side, 9-8. And Reagan Schaefer, she drives that one just over the net. Popped up by Morgan Osman. Shot over by Allison. Waitman sets it in the middle. DeVitor dug up by Stratton. Back set for Morgan Osman. She's dug. Waitman will just bump it over. Chance for attack from Flagler. That was Has blocked by DeVitor. Back. Waitman sets it. Far side for Mooney. She's dug by Stratton. Near side it's Has popped up by Wireman. Waitman will shoot one over into the deep corner. Popped up by Poet. In the middle, Morgan Osman dug up by Schaefer. Far side is Mooney, and she just sails that one about 3 inches long. Tied at 9. Has a serve popped up by Wireman. Waitman will set it outside Mooney. Popped up in the back by Has near side. That's Rodwell off the block, and it'll find the floor. Jade Has still with the serve. Flagler now up 10-9. Herrera gets it up. Waitman will set it outside for Mooney, dug up by Rodwell. Rodwell will get the attack and hit it right into the net to tie it back at 10. This has the making of 2 very balanced teams. We could be here for a while on this match. That one dug up, back row, back set for Morgan Osman. Pops one over everybody, dug up by Wireman. From the back row, it's Reagan Schaefer, and she'll get the kill off of the shoulder of Christina Stratton. And Idalia bounces back in front by 1. Michaela Waitman drives that one, popped up by Poet. Back set for Morgan Osman off the block and down in front of a diving Reagan Schaefer. Ties it back at 11. Sesko checks back into the front line for Flagler. That's Katie Osman set to serve it up. She'll drive that one deep in the middle. Mooney gets it up and did not handle it cleanly. It'll go out of bounds, point to Flagler. And it's Katie Osman. She'll punch that one down the middle. Mooney gets it up. Good pass for Waitman. Sets DeVitor. Dump. Dug up. Near side is Rodwell, and she'll get it down in front of Wireman for the kill. And it's a 2-point Flagler lead. That one will be dug up in the back by Schaefer. Set in the middle for DeVitor. Over the block and no touch. Out of bounds. 3-point advantage for the Lady Panthers. Still on serve is Katie Osman. Mooney handles that one clean, tight to the net. Overpass put back by Morgan Osman, dug up by Idalia and still in play. Morgan Osman into the block. Oh, they say no block by DeVitor. Back into the face of Morgan Osman off the net cord, according to the official, and the point to Idalia. Wireman serves it up. Morgan Osman pops it up for Flagler. It'll be bumped over by Rodwell. Wireman keeps it alive for Idalia. Set in the middle. Janae Terrell dug up by Poet. Set near side for Rodwell into the block, and it'll find its way down on the Idalia side. And then Morgan Osman now to serve it for Flagler. Popped in the middle by Reagan Schaefer. Waitman will set it far side. Terrell into the block, back over. Mooney will bump it over. Just calls the net. Shot back over by, that was Katie Osman. And Waitman will bump it over for Idalia. Set it near side. Rodwell off the net, but played by Wireman. Far side. Mooney will have to set it over. It's in the middle this time for, I guess that was Poet. Far near side is Rodwell, and she will drive it down off of the touch of Wireman in the back row to the ground. It's a 4-point advantage. Some long rallies here tonight. Morgan Osman dug up by Schaefer. Sat outside for Terrell. Blocked. Dug up by Schaefer. Waitman will shoot it over. Set near side for Rodwell. She's dug by Wireman. Waitman set it in the back row for Schaefer. She's dug up in the back row by Haas. Set near side for Rodwell, and she gets it in front of a lunging, or past a lunging Reagan Schaefer for the kill, and a timeout for Idalia, trailing by 5.
Get your DVD copies of the events you're seeing live online at BigTimeSmallTown.com. Hi, I'm Ben Blecko, owner, founder, and one of the talents of Big Time Small Town Media. Very glad you're enjoying the broadcast we're bringing to you live online. But don't forget, you can have this broadcast whenever and wherever you want with a purchase of the DVD from Big Time Small Town Media. Go to www.BigTimeSmallTown.com. There you can check out all of the games that we've got from any past tournaments. We've been doing this for just more than a year, and Big Time Small Town Media is proud to be more than sports. We're community.
(17-12) is the Flagler lead. Morgan Osman still on serve. Drives that one into the middle. Popped up by Schaefer. Waitman will set it near side for Mooney. Off the block, and that one will find floor. That'll stop the service run of Morgan Osman. Put the ball in the hands of Kristen Mooney. She'll drive that one over, popped up by Morgan Osman off the rafter and back down for the Idalia point to make it a 3-point game. And miscommunication in the back row. I got it, you take it. It's an ace for Mooney. Quick look at some of the other regional play in 1A. Over in Region 1, Levita took the first match of the game, or the day over there. Mooney serves it into the net. Sweeping Cotopaxi 3-0 in Region 2, and Lamar Eads has punched its ticket to state. Rodwell serve, dug up. Set far side for Reagan Smith, blocked, and it'll find the floor on the Idalia side. 4-point advantage now for the Lady Panthers. Eads defeated McClave 3-1, and then a 3-0 over Kim to clinch an automatic berth into the state tournament. Schaefer sets one over, dug up, back row. Out of the middle, Poet dug up by Mooney. Set in the middle for Terrell, off speed, dug, and Has goes on two, dug up. Set outside for Schaefer, and she'll put one down on the back. Thank you. Herrera comes in to serve for Idalia, down 3. Allison pops it up out of the back row. Set near side for Has. Overpass. Played back over by Flagler. Set far side for Reagan Schaefer. Down the line and in. Katie Ostman giving it up but could not get to it. Idalia down 2. We know that, we'll get back to that in a minute. Sesko tried to dump on 2 and had it stuffed back at her. And Idalia has come to within 1. Timeout, Flagler.
Here's a simple math problem. What's 1 plus 1? 2, you say? Not at Bank of Colorado. Here, 1 plus 1 add up to free. Because our personal free checking and personal free collection give you twice as much free. You'll start with free checking, free online banking, free telebank access, free PIN pay, no service fees, and more. And when you add on, you'll get a free savings account, free appraisal with your next mortgage, and more. So if you're into free, apply today to open a new account by visiting bankofcolorado.com, where 1 plus 1 equals free. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We've seen things tighten up here as Idalia has cut it to within 1. Susanna Herrera on serve. Punches that one down, and that's off of Morgan Ostman over the backboard and out of play to tie us at 19. Down in Region 6 at Lamar Community College, Wiley took a 3-1 victory over Walsh. And then Kit Carson swept Walsh 3-0. Wiley and Kit Carson for the automatic berth to state from Region 6. And Morgan Ostman shanks that one into the bleachers. Idalia breaks back on top 20-19. Herrera drives that one. That one was going long. Katie Ostman decided to play it. Be bumped over by Sesko. Deep in the far corner, that was Mooney keeping it up. Schaefer dug near side by Has. Sesko will set it in the middle for Poet. Off the block, dug up by Waitman. And Schaefer puts one off the block and down for the 2-point advantage. The only other result we have so far in Class 1A was an upset in Region 8 at NJC. Caliche knocking off the number 1 seed Weldon Valley in 4. Overpass and Idalia in the net. We know that Akron swept Holyoke in the opener of their regional play in 2A. Holyoke on the floor now against Lions. Akron will face Lions at the end of that pool. Far side for Schaefer off the block and out. Keeping the advantage at 2. A substitution in the front for Flagler, number 12. Elizabeth Grimes comes in for Katie Ostman. And Janae Terrell on serve. Popped up in the middle by Allison. Set tight to the net and then has her momentum carried her into the net. Idalia 2 points away from a set 1 victory. Terrell's serve was on the line and Stratton couldn't handle it clean. It went into the net and we've got a timeout at 24-20.
Glosson Construction is your one-stop shop with concrete work, drywall, flooring, roofing, and stucco. Everything including the final finishing nail handle projects throughout northeastern Colorado. You need to get in touch with Rick at Glosson Construction, located at 801 East 4th Street in Akron. If Rick can't build it, no one can. Call 970-345-2087. From start to finish, trust Glosson Construction as your one-stop shop for construction. Call 970-345-2087.
Back in Otis, Idalia in the bully position. They 1 point away from this set 1 win. And score on their own merit or a miscue by Flagler. It's Janae Terrell with the serve. Popped up in the middle by Allison. Set near side. Goes cross court, dug up by Mooney. Waitman will bump it over far side for Schaefer and down in the back row. Set 1 to Idalia, 25-20. Back in 90 seconds here from Otis for set number 2.
8-7.
With more than 30 years in business, Pro Sports is the only place teams need to go to outfit for this season. A complete supplier of team athletic apparel, teams get their uniforms and equipment at a team discounted price. Outfit your team with Pro Sports, located in downtown Sterling, but a proud supplier to teams from all across Colorado. Pro Sports offering team discounts. Call now, 970-522-8545, and outfit your team today. Pro Sports, your team source.
Ice and Oil has been supporting our community for over 65 years and is the leading supplier in propane, Sinclair diesel and gas, Chevron oils, greases, and lubricants, and a variety of tires and Delco batteries. Located on Highway 34 in Otis and Plattner, Ice and Oil is your #1 source for diesel, oil, gas, and propane needs. For all those road trip adventures through Northeast Colorado, they offer 24-hour pay-at-the-pump gas and diesel services. Ice and Oil, American product, American quality, affordable prices.
Akron Auto's proud to be the best pre-owned automobile dealership in northeastern Colorado. Quickly expanding, Akron Auto has 2 locations, the original on Highway 34 in Akron and a second on Highway 34 in Fort Morgan. Akron Auto wishes to thank local patrons for making their business possible and asks visitors to stop in and see what may be on the lot for you. Tax time is the perfect time to use your rebate on a car, truck, or SUV upgrade. Akron Auto, better for your budget.
Both teams in a hurry to get back to action here. We're getting ready for set number 2. It'll be Idalia to serve things. Momentum on their side. They took the first set 25-20. Reagan Schaefer to serve. And that'll be popped up in the back row by Poet. Set it. Poet will end up having to bump it over. Waitman will set middle. Divator punches one, and Morgan Osman in the net. Initial point of the set to Idalia. Schaefer drives that one deep, and Stratton can't handle it. Ace for Reagan Schaefer. Poet gets that one up. Katie Osman will set. Morgan Osman dumps it into the net. Flagler just a little out of sorts as we start set number 2. Trail 3-0. Schaefer bumped up by Poet. Middle for Osman. She's dug up by Schaefer. Set it near side. Mooney off the block. Still alive. Rodwell bumps it over. Wireman to Waitman. Now in the middle, Divator. Off the block. Dug up on Flagler's side by Morgan Osman. Hit over by Rodwell. Near side, it's Mooney. Dug up in back row by Haz. Far side for Rodwell. She's dug by Herrera. Waitman gets a chance to attack. It's dug up. Morgan Osman popped up by Schaefer. Mooney keeps it alive, and Herrera will bump it over. Another long rally. Far side, Rodwell dug up by Schaefer. Near side, Mooney. Dug cross court by Rodwell. Katie Osman keeps it alive off the rafter. Morgan Osman off the block of Divator and down. Best rally of the contest. Sesko checks in. Front row for Stratton. Katie Osman will punch one over. Popped up middle, back row by Wireman. Waitman will set it over. Sesko sets it far side for Rodwell. Popped up by Wireman. It'll be a back row attack for Schaefer. Dug up. Tight at the net. Popped over. Set it near side for Mooney. And she gets it over the head of Rodwell and down in front of Haz on the far side. Probably could not have put the ball there any better if she walked over and set it down. Waitman punches one, popped up in the middle by Haz. Set near side, Morgan Osman Gets it around the block, dug up by Schaefer. Middle, Divator. Back row dug up by Haz. Shoot far side for Rodwell, and it'll come down on the Flagler side. Leading by 4. Waitman puts it in play. Haz digs it out of the back row. Set far side for Rodwell off the block, and it'll find its way to the floor again. The freshman Rodwell calling for the ball in the front row. And they're setting her. Morgan Osman serve into the net. Wireman, she'll be dug in the back row by Katie Osman. Set far side for Poet, dug by Wireman. Set near side Mooney. She goes left-handed cross court, dug up and into the net. Sesko unable to pop it up out of the net. Wireman serve will be handled by Haz. Set far side for Poet. Wireman with the dig. And Terrell will just bump it over. Set it far side for Rodwell. Off of Wireman, off the roof. Mooney keeps it up and into the net. Both teams have had some issues with the ball hitting the rafters here. Rodwell will serve, trailing by 4. Just over the net and handled by Terrell. She'll get the first swing and into the net cord. Back down on Idalia's side. Rodwell drives that one into the middle, popped up by Schaefer. She'll get the back row set. Morgan Osman digs it up. Far side, that's Haz. She's dug up by Schaefer. It'll be near side Mooney and gets it down. Morgan Osman and Alicia Rodwell collide. Neither can get the ball in play. Mooney serves, drives deep. Allison overpass. Swung back down by, I believe that was Terrell. Still alive on the Flagler side. Off the net, and it'll get down. That's a kill for Jade Haz. Stratton checks back in to serve for Flagler. Waitman takes care of it. Schaefer into the block of Poet. And down on the Flagler side. Susanna Herrera comes in to the back row for Idalia. She'll serve as Stephanie Helling comes back to the bench. Allison gets it up in the middle. Set it near side for Poet. Blocked. Katie Osman shoots one over. Herrera kept it alive. Near side for Schaefer. Dug up. Shoot far side for Haz. And Idalia, 3 girls dive to the floor. None of them can get to it. Perfectly timed, perfectly paced by Jade Haz. Poet serve handled by Wireman on the sideline. That one over into Mooney. Digs. Set near side for Schaefer. Right on the baseline. 10-6. Is that where we're at? Correct? 10-6. Okay. Well, I haven't been keeping an eye on the scoreboard in the building. Just kind of tight to the net, overpass, and Divator swings with authority. Terrell hits one off speed. And Osman, that was Morgan Osman, tried to go for the dink. Blocked back at her. Timeout for Flagler. They trail 12-6 here in set 2.
Americans love numbers and iPhones. We all know the 7 Dwarves, 4 Seasons, and 12 Days of Christmas. Now, for a limited time, Viero is featuring countless reasons to own an iPhone. With an iPhone, you can take great photos or take a crack at Angry Birds, watch your favorite video, or use it as a watch, find an old school friend on Facebook, or simply browse the web. But what you really ought to find is your nearest Viero store, because for a limited time, you can have an iPhone for only $79.99. Before these great iPhone deals end, get into Viero. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Get your
Idalia leads here 12-6 in the second set. Their regional match against Flagler. Idalia won the first 25-20. Janae Terrell dug up in the middle by Stratton. From the far side, that was Morgan Ostman, dug by Mooney. Near side, Schaefer puts it down. Had a hairband fall on the floor on the Idalia side. That's the reason for the stoppage of play. Terrell popped in the back row by Stratton. Set near side for Haz. She's dug in the back by Terrell. Waitman went on 2. Mooney with a dig on the Idalia side. DeVitor will try to just punch one over, called for the lift. Swinging the serve back over to Idalia. And Jade has to Flagler rather. They trail by 6. Has floats one. Mooney handles. Waitman back set for DeVitor. Nope, that wasn't DeVitor. That was Schaefer. Off the block, off the dig, and down. Reagan Schaefer punching one over. Dug in the middle by Poet. Set far side, Rodwell off the block. Waitman with the dig. Wireman will set it near side for Mooney. She'll go cross court, dug up by Rodwell. Katie Ostman just punches one over with the set. Mooney off the net, dug up. Rodwell won't be dug as that one will get down in front of Wireman. 14-8. Idalia in front. Sesko comes back into the front row in place of Stratton. That puts the serve in the hands of Katie Ostman. Wireman handles it clean in the middle. Near side set. Mooney goes cross court, dug up. It'll be bumped over by Poet. Waitman sets DeVitor in the middle, off the net, popped up by Sesko. Morgan Ostman trying to go on 2 and hits it wide. Kayla Waitman, so will be popped up by Haz. Shot over by Morgan Ostman. DeVitor out of the middle, clips the back line, and it was touch at the net as well. 16-8, Idalia in front of Flagler, leading 1-0. Haz handles that one. Rodwell will set it over, dug up by DeVitor. Waitman sets DeVitor in the middle and hits it into the net. Morgan Ostman punches that one. Mooney handles it, overpass. And another, but they'll call Herrera over the net. And that will put the point on the Flagler side. Keep the serve in the hands of Morgan Ostman. Mooney handles that one again, an overpass, and Sesko takes it. No, that was Poet. Took a big swing. Herrera takes the swing on the near side into the net. Struggling to tell the difference between 8 and 9 on these Flagler uniforms. Ostman serve popped up. DeVitor blocked by Poet. Momentum starting to swing to Flagler. Coach Chamberlain senses that and takes her timeout.
Get your DVD copies of The Adventure Seeing live online at BigTimeSmallTown.com. Hi, I'm Ben Blecko, owner, founder, and one of the talents of Big Time Small Town Media. Very glad you're enjoying the broadcast we're bringing to you live online. But don't forget you can have this broadcast whenever and wherever you want with a purchase of the DVD from Big Time Small Town Media. Go to www.BigTimeSmallTown.com. There you can check out all of the games that we've got from any past tournaments. We've been doing this for just more than a year, and Big Time Small Town Media is proud to be more than sports. We're community.
Flagler still trails by 4, 16-12, but they have a bit of a run going here with Morgan Ostman on serve. I want to float down, popped up by Wireman. Waitman sets in the middle for DeVitor, who just shoots one over. Mooney on the overpass, dug up back row by Morgan Ostman. Set up far side for Rodwell. She's blocked. She digs it. They'll set her again. Over the top of the block, dug up in the back row by Schaefer. Set near side for Mooney. Dug in the back row by Katie Ostman. They'll set Rodwell again, and she gets that one over the block and then down in front of Sierra Wireman. Mooney handles that serve from Ostman, set in the middle for DeVitor. Dug up by Sesko. Set in the middle for DeVitor. 3 Lady Panthers take a swing and miss on the dig attempt. The kill for DeVitor. She checks out. Wireman will serve. Dug up by Poet. They'll set Poet on the far side. She's dug by Waitman. Set it near side for Mooney off the net. Dug up by Rodwell. Rodwell will get the set far side off the block and out of bounds. Point for Rodwell and the Lady Panthers. Cut it to 3, 17-14. Rodwell will serve. Drives that one to the middle. Popped up by Schaefer. Mooney will set it and Schaefer bumps it over. Out of the middle, that's Poet. And she is called for the lift. She tried to redirect it. They say she did not keep it on her fingertips. And that gives the serve to Mooney. Rodwell pops it up. Sesko shoots it far side for Haz. Over the block, dug up by Wireman. Set near side, Schaefer. Big swing into the net. And serve goes back to Flagler. Stratton will come in to replace Sesko and serve it up. That one drives Wireman back. She gets it up clean. Overpass on the set by Terrell, and then Poet hits it. Oh. I guess they called a violation at the net on Idalia. Point to Flagler, trail by 2. Wireman doesn't handle it clean, keeps it up though. Herrera bumps one over. Set far side for Haz. She's dug up by Schaefer. Set near side for Schaefer, dug in the back row. Morgan Ostman drives one. Wireman kept it alive. Terrell will dump the set over on 3. Has clips the line. It's a 1-point game. Almost starting to swing fully behind the Lady Panthers. Stratton drives that one into the middle. Popped up by Wireman. Terrell will set near side for Schaefer and drives one down the side. Decides to go line and gets it down in front of Rodwell. Herrera serve, dug up by Stratton into the net, and Poet can't get there before it hits the floor. Lead back to 3, Susanna Herrera. Trying to crank together a run on serve. Rodwell keeps it up. Bumped over by Haz. Mooney digs it for Waitman. Set near side for Schaefer. She's dug. Set in the middle for Poet. Set near side. Schaefer off the net and down. The lead has grown back to 4. Stratton can't handle that one, and I believe we're going to get another timeout from Coach Fagerlund. Trailing 22-17 in set number 2.
This broadcast of high school sports is being brought to you courtesy of the Alan Bear Agency of Akron. In times of such economic uncertainty, let Alan Bear and his staff serve as stability when it comes to your insurance needs. With years of experience serving their community with products in auto, home, and life insurance, the Alan Bear Agency is also available for farm, crop, business, and health insurance as well. Give Alan and his team a call today at 970-345-2310 or stop into 142 Adams in Akron to see how the Alan Bear Agency can serve you.
Herrera serve, popped up in back row by Morgan Osman. Set far side for Haz. She's dug by Waitman. Set near side for Schaefer. Popped up in the middle by Morgan Osman. Rodwell will bump it over on the free ball. Waitman sets near side. Schaefer off of the block of Poet and into the bleachers. And Herrera has strung together that service run that Idalia was looking for. She's got it to within 2 points of the set. Now make it 1 as Rodwell can't handle that serve. 24-17, Lady Wolves. And the Idalia crowd raises to its feet. On set point, Grimes, dug by Schaefer, popped over by Waitman. She's called for the violation. Still Idalia in the bully position. Can score, win this set on a miscue. Schaefer, dug by Morgan Osman. It'll be bumped over by Grimes. Herrera keeps it up. Waitman sets near side Schaefer, and she is called for the violation. Poet keeps the serve. Mooney gets it up. Waitman will set near side for Schaefer off the block, dug up, and then popped over by Grimes. Schaefer again set, dug up in the back row by Rodwell. Set far side, Morgan Osman. Dug by Schaefer. Schaefer will get the set near side. Dug far side by Katie Osman. Kept alive. Or that was Morgan Osman who kept it alive. Wireman with the dig. Set near side. Schaefer and into the net. Momentum beginning to swing again behind the Lady Panthers. They've cut it to 4. Serve to Melissa Poet. Mooney gets it up. And this hit by Waitman, and Coach Chamberlain is not going to wait any longer to take the timeout.
YW Electric Association of Akron is your Touchstone Energy Cooperative with rebate programs on energy-efficient appliances, water heaters, and more. 2012 and 2013 are your years to upgrade your home. Log on to ywelectric.coop for available rebates. Sending all Washington and Yuma County student-athletes good luck from YW Electric Association. Tune in to KNEC 100.9, 104.7 King FM, or log on to coloradopreps.tv and help YW Electric cheer on your local team. Glosson Construction is your one-stop shop.
Sorry about that. Poet serving down 3. Wireman gets it up. Set for Schaefer. She's blocked by Osman, and there's the miscue that Flagler could not afford to make as Haz hits it into the net. I'll give Idalia the win at 25-21. Third set will be here in about 90 seconds again on the Big Time Small Town Media production of Volleyball for ColoradoPreps.tv and Chassa.tv.
Glosson Construction is your one-stop shop with concrete work, drywall, flooring, roofing, and stucco. Everything including the final finishing nail handle projects throughout northeastern Colorado. You need to get in touch with Rick at Glosson Construction, located at 801 East 4th Street in Akron. If Rick can't build it, no one can. Call 970-345-2087. From start to finish, trust Glosson Construction as your one-stop shop for construction. Call 970-345-2087.
Akron Auto's proud to be the best pre-owned automobile dealership in northeastern Colorado. Quickly expanding, Akron Auto has 2 locations. The original on Highway 34 in Akron and a second on Highway 34 in Fort Morgan. Akron Auto wishes to thank local patrons for making their business possible and asks visitors to stop in and see what may be on the lot for you. Tax time is the perfect time to use your rebate on a car, truck, or SUV upgrade. Akron Auto, better for your budget.
In 1916, it is estimated that producing 100 bushels of corn took approximately 35 to 40 hours. Today, it is estimated that producing the same 100 bushels takes less than 3. A lot has changed in the last 95 years, but one thing has stayed the same. Farm Credit is still the lender of choice for America's farmers and ranchers. We are passionate about agriculture and are dedicated to serving America in good times and bad. This is Jordan Wilkie in the Yuma Lending Office. Give us a call today to see how we can help you. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending.
Ready for the third set from Otis here in our second match of the evening. Flagler will serve first. Jade has trailing 2-0 to Idalia. Herrera digs it up, set in the middle. Divator off the block of Morgan Osman and to the floor. Puts the serve in the hands of Michaela Waitman. She's dug up out of the middle by Poet. Near side is Rodwell off the block. Waitman keeps it alive for Idalia. Set it across for Mooney. She's dug in the back row. Rodwell over the block and gets Herrera in the net. Puts the point on the board for Flagler. Katie Osman, one of the seniors on this Flagler squad, set to serve it up. Mooney dig, tight to the net, and Waitman over the net on the second hit. Osman drives that one, popped up by Schaefer, set in the middle for Divator. Dug in the back row. I believe that was Stratton. Yes. No, that was Has who dug it in the back. No one will dig that one from Mooney. Tied it to Wireman with the serve for Idalia. Into the net. So Morgan Osman gets her chance to serve here early in this third set. Dug up by Schaefer. Set near side for Mooney, and she'll hit that one into the girls' locker room here. Osman dug up by Schaefer. Set will go far side for Terrell. It's the antenna. That's a 5-2 Flagler start. That will get down in front of Wireman for the ace. This is the start Flagler needs. Trailing by 2 sets. Serving Wireman again. Dumped over by Waitman, and then the return gets into the rafters and comes down out of bounds. Mooney will get the serve for Idalia. Floats one over, popped up by Katie Osman. Set far side for Rodwell. She's dug. Herrera keeps it alive, bumping it over. Set near side for Stratton. And we're going to get an illegal hit on. Oh, we got a replay. Not exactly sure what led to the replay, but we'll replay it at 6-3. Mooney will go to the jump serve. That's popped up in the back row by Haz. Set near side for Stratton. She goes cross court, dug by Mooney. Schaefer into the block and down on the Flagler side. Poet was there to block, but wasn't able to stay clear in front. Mooney away from the jump serve, dug by Katie Ostman. And her back row attack sails wide. Mooney on serve, trailing by 1 now. And then she'll punch that one right into the net. Give one back to Flagler. Rodwell. Her serve popped up in the back row by Wireman. Terrell will set it outside for Schaefer. Big swing. Katie Ostman got to it, but could not keep it alive as it went into the Flagler student section on the far side of the gym. Herrera with the serve for Idalia. Off the net. Got up by Morgan Ostman. Schaefer dug in the back row by Sesko. Off the roof, kept alive. Stratton goes cross court, dug up by Mooney. Waitman will set up far side for Schaefer. Off of the block of Poet and out of bounds. Tied at 7. Herrera sends that one too long. Tied no more as Flagler gets the lead. Stratton to serve. Mooney gets it up into the net, and Waitman couldn't get it out of the net. Flagler up 2 with Stratton serving. Mooney handles that one better. Waitman sends it far side. Schaefer, too tall, too strong, and off the wall. On a bounce. Lead to 3. Stratton putting the run together on her serve. Goes off speed. Herrera has to come up, get it alive. Schaefer dug up by Morgan Ostman. Near side attack for Haz. She's dug by Mooney. Set far side. Schaefer off the block and down inbounds. Poet's getting a good read out there on that outside hit, but she just hasn't been able to keep the arms tight together and angled in. Terrell serve. That's Ostman coming up in a hurry. Schaefer off the net on the angle down in front of Haz, who went diving for it. Excuse me. Mooney with the dig. Waitman sets near side for DeVitor into the net. And Flagler will maintain the lead. It goes up to 2. 11-9. Poet serve dug up by Herrera. Waitman sets it outside for DeVitor. Too strong. Poet with the serve on point. And then Poet gives one right back, serving it into the net. See, number 7, Aubrey Petty has checked into the front row for Flagler. It's the first time we've seen her. Haz will set it near side for Morgan Ostman. She's blocked at the net by DeVitor. Waitman goes soft. On 2, that was Ostman. She's dug. Far side, Mooney. Follow through, brings her into the net. And the point to Flagler. Sesko checks out for Flagler as Rodwell comes back into the front row. Has served short, popped up by Wireman. Set in the middle for Divator, dug up by Stratton. Set near side was Rodwell. She was dug by Wireman. Divator tries to set one back over and into the net, and Michaela Waitman slow to get up, flexing that left knee. She's got a big brace on. As soon as that play was whistled dead, the officials quickly motioned for the coaches to come out. It's a young lady who had the opportunity to cover throughout her athletic career, played through a number of painful injuries. Give her credit, she's staying out there, as her team has given their fans reason to cheer, leading 2-0 here against Flagler, but down 14-10 in this third set. Wireman with the dig. Waitman dinks it over on 2. Waitman will set it far side for Mooney. Off the block, and it'll come down on the Idalia side. Timeout for Flagler, or for Idalia, trailing by 5.
These days, there's no free lunch, no free ride, not even any free time. Well, at Bank of Colorado, we're putting an end to all that, because our personal free checking and personal free collection serve up a whole lot of free. You'll start with free checking, free online banking, free telebank access, free PIN pay, and more. Then when you add our personal free collection, you'll get a free savings account, free appraisal with your next mortgage, and more. So if you want to bring back the free, apply today to open a new account. Visit bankofcolorado.com and long live free. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Jade has still on serve for Flagler, leading by 5. That drives Wireman deep. She keeps it alive. Waitman sets it far side for Mooney. Dug up in the back row by Stratton. Set in the middle for Morgan Osman. She's dug up in the back by Schaefer. Set in the middle for Divator. Off the block of Morgan Osman and out of bounds. The point to Flagler, or to Idalia. And Waitman down 4. Just down the line, popped up by Stratton. Near side is Rodwell. She goes angle, dug up by Schaefer. Far side, it's Mooney. She's dug by Haz. Katie Osman will set in the middle for Morgan Osman. She dug up by Schaefer. Waitman sets middle, Divator. Around the block and down for the kill. Idalia down 3 now. Michaela Waitman on serve still. And punches that one into the net. That sends Katie Osman back to serve it for Flagler. She popped up by Mooney out of the rafters. Waitman keeps it alive over, and Rodwell will direct it back down on the Idalia side. 5-point advantage for Flagler, trying to keep this match alive. And Osman drives it down in the middle, popped up by Mooney. Outside is Herrera, and she'll one-hop the wall. Lead up to 6. Mooney handles that one. Waitman will set it middle. Divator shoots set to the middle, popped up in the back row. Near side is Stratton, blocked down by Divator. Waitman will punch that one over on 2. Tight to the net, overpass, and Divator drills it back down. And I believe they also had Flagler in the net. Point to Idalia. Wireman to serve, trailing by 5. Haz gets it up, Set near side for Stratton. And into the top of the net. Terrell was there for the block. Never got a chance. Wireman drives that one deep. Katie Osman keeps it up. Middle for Rodwell. She's popped up by Wireman. Set it near side for Herrera. She sets it over. Stratton dug up by Wireman. Waitman will set middle for Terrell. And she does not rotate on top of it. Hits it too long. 5-point advantage for Flagler. Trying to force a fourth set. Set it near side for Mooney. Off the net and down in front of the Flagler defense. Saw Mooney break out a jump serve in her last time around, not this time, and she's hit it into the net again. Rodwell will take her turn to serve, drives one deep, and freshman returning the service error of a fellow freshman. Herrera serve popped up by Morgan Osman. Set it in the middle for Stratton. Rotated the upper body too much and hits it out of bounds. Herrera, who has been able to string serves together, has another ace. And I believe Coach Fagerlund wants her timeout. She'll take it. Leading 20-18 in set number 3.
With more than 30 years in business, Pro Sports is the only place teams need to go to outfit for this season. A complete supplier of team athletic apparel, teams get their uniforms and equipment at a team discounted price. Outfit your team with Pro Sports, located in downtown Sterling, but a proud supplier to teams from all across Colorado. Pro Sports offering team discounts. Call now, 970-522-8545, and outfit your team today. Pro Sports, your team source.
Idalia trying to rally here in this third set. Susanna Herrera. Her serve popped up by Morgan Osman. It'll be set near side for Poet. Dug out of the back row by Wireman. Set far side for Schaefer. She's dug by Stratton. Set in the middle. Poet blocked. Set near side for Stratton. She's blocked by Terrell. Waitman gets it up. They'll set Waitman on the near side. She goes cross court. Dug up by Osman. Out of the middle, Poet. And Terrell in the net will give the point over to Flagler. 4 points away from forcing set number 4. Mooney with an illegal contact on the serve. Rack it up as an ace for Stratton. Now 3 points away from a fourth set. Wireman gets that one up. Waitman will set it far side. Schaefer dug up by Haz, but that was Sesko. Couldn't get it before it went into the crowd. Janae Terrell with the serve, trailing by 3. Goes off speed, popped up and over. And another overpass. Both teams a little out of rhythm right now. Terrell gets it up. Set far side for Schaefer. Has to go left-handed. Near side has into the net. Idalia within 2, 22-20. Not one of the prettier exchanges we've seen tonight. Terrell floats that one over. Popped up by Poet. They'll set Poet on the far side. And between Mooney and Terrell, Poet will find open floor. Poet serve handled by Mooney. Set it outside for Divator. Shoots, sets one over. Dug up by Haz. Out of the middle, Morgan Osman Cannot be dug by Mooney. And set point now for Flagler. Melissa Poet. Herrera handles it. Set it outside. Divator. Big swing. Dug by Haz. Set in the near side for Haz. Mooney digs it, but into the Flagler bench. You didn't think this was going just three, did you? As evenly as these two are matched, we're headed to set number 4. 25-20 is the win in this set for the Lady Panthers. Back in 90 seconds on Big Time Small Town Media's coverage of 1A volleyball on ColoradoPreps.tv and Chassa.tv.
YW Electric Association of Akron is your Touchstone Energy Cooperative with rebate programs on energy-efficient appliances, water heaters, and more. 2012 and 2013 are your years to upgrade your home. Log on to ywelectric.coop for available rebates. Sending all Washington and Yuma County student-athletes good luck from YW Electric Association. Tune in to KNEC 100.9, 104.7 King FM, or log on to coloradopreps.tv and help YW Electric cheer on your local team. Citto has been a staple in eastern Colorado since 1971. Since 1977, Citto has been your place to go for trusses, wall panels, and buildings. With state-of-the-art equipment allowing Citto to stay on top of the truss industry, Citto wants you to know that while the economy has affected everybody, it's allowed them to provide some different services while being able to maintain their spot as one of the top truss manufacturers in Colorado. Contact Citto Building Components out of Otis at 800-925-3207. That's Citto, proud to support Eastern Colorado.
Ice and Oil has been supporting our community for over 65 years and is the leading supplier in propane, Sinclair diesel and gas, Chevron oils, greases, and lubricants, and a variety of tires and Delco batteries. Located on Highway 34 in Otis and Plattner, Ice and Oil is your #1 source for diesel, oil, gas, and propane needs. For all those road trip adventures through Northeast Colorado, they offer 24-hour pay-at-the-pump gas and diesel services. Ice and Oil, American product, American quality, affordable prices.
It'll be Idalia to serve to start this fourth set. Reagan Schaefer. Idalia came out a little lackadaisical in that third set, and it cost them. Far side, Rodwell off the block, dug up by Mooney. Overpass on the set, and Morgan Osman catches back line. Serve dug up in the back row by Schaefer. Set for Divator. Dug. And Mooney will get, well, we're going to have a discussion here. Actually, now they got to get the Otis girls off the floor and into the bleachers. They were sitting on the floor in front of the front row on the far side. Official stop play. It's tied at 1. Mooney gets credit for the kill. Waitman serve dug. Overpass. Still alive on the Flagler side. Wireman has to come up in a hurry. Keeps it up. That'll be Schaefer out of the back row. Divator got a hand on it at the net, but it'll go down on the Idalia side. Another point to Flagler. And Morgan Osman. Schaefer out of the back row, dug by Haz. Far side is Rodwell. She's dug up by Waitman, but Schaefer could not track it. It'll fall down for the third point of the set for Flagler. Poked over by Waitman. Set far side. Rodwell dug by Wireman. Set it near side for Mooney. Off the net. Dug up by Morgan Osman. They'll set it outside now for Rodwell. Down the line. Dug up by Waitman. Near side is Mooney. She's dug again by Morgan Osman. Set it outside again for Rodwell. Comes cross court. That one is dug by Schaefer. Mooney. She'll be popped up a third time by Morgan Osman. Set it near side for Mooney. She's dug by Rodwell. And Rodwell will get the swing and takes a little bit off and finds the floor. Mooney gets that one up. Set in the middle, Divator. Off the block, and Poet can't keep it up. Swing the point over to Idalia. Wireman in for the serve. She drives Katie Osman deep. Doesn't handle it cleanly, and it'll go out of play. An ace for Wireman. Sesko shoots it outside for Poet. Off the net, dug up by Mooney. Herrera will bump it over on three. Sesko again, setting outside. This time is Rodwell, dug up by Waitman. Set it near side for Mooney. She goes cross court. And off the rafter, still alive. Poet bumps it over. Waitman sets it in the middle for Terrell. Off the block, dug up by Rodwell. They'll set Rodwell, dug by Waitman. Schaefer keeps it alive. Hit left-handed over by Mooney. Rodwell will bump it over on the far side and clip the back line. Throwing darts. Hitting that spot on a bump. It's like triple 20. And Rodwell's serve dug up by Schaefer. Will be set near side for Terrell. She goes cross court. Popped up over there by Haz. Middle for Poet. Dug up by Schaefer. It's Mooney near side. Blocked back over by Poet. Haz on the far side. Dug on the cross court by, I believe it was Schaefer. And Osman just punches the set over. Near side it's Mooney. Off the block. Dug up. Far side Haz. And off, took a little bit off, and will get credit for the kill as Mooney could not handle it. Rodwell with the serve, leading by 3. Schaefer again out of the middle. Back set for Mooney. Dug up by Rodwell. Terrell with the block, and then on the overpass, Mooney attack. Block, Mooney digs it. Waitman will set it tight to the net. Herrera bumps it over. Sesko shoots it in the middle. Poet goes soft, dug up by Mooney. Miss hit on the set, and Herrera's free ball hit the rafter. Came down and play. The officials slow to call it. They made the right call. And it's a timeout for Idalia, trailing by 4 here early in set number 4.
This broadcast of high school sports is being brought to you courtesy of the Alan Bear Agency of Akron. In times of such economic uncertainty, let Alan Bear and his staff serve as stability when it comes to your insurance needs. With years of experience serving their community with products in auto, home, and life insurance, the Alan Bear Agency is also available for farm, crop, business, and health insurance as well. Give Alan and his team a call today at 970-345-2310 or stop into 142 Adams in Akron to see how the Alan Bear Agency can serve you.
Just as they did in the third set, Idalia comes out slow and a little lethargic here in the fourth. It came back to bite them. That's why we're playing this fourth set. They made a late rally, made it interesting. Rodwell serve, popped up by Schaefer, set near side for Terrell. Just dug by Sesko, and that one off the roof and down on the Flagler side. It's a point for Idalia. Mooney to serve. Gets that one over and in, popped up by, that was Morgan Osman. Has is dug by Schaefer. Schaefer wants the upset that she was salivating for the opportunity to get back to the front row and got the swing she was looking for. Mooney popped up. I believe that's Stratton. Has tried to go cross court, got it off the block of Herrera and out of bounds. And the serve to Sesko. Larray Sesko. That's popped up by Wireman. Set near side for Schaefer. Off the block, dug up by Haz. They'll set Haz. She'll drive one deep. Be popped up by, I believe that was Wireman. Schaefer again going cross court. Out of the middle, Poet. Dug by Wireman. Tight to the net. Waitman pops it out of the net, and then Terrell bumps it over. Set it far side for Haz. Kept alive and over. Schaefer from the near side, off the net. It will roll back onto the Idalia side. The point to Sesko and the Lady Panthers. And Waitman calls that one for her teammate Wireman. Said it was going out, and it did. The serve to Herrera, trailing by 3. And that won't help the Idalia cause as she serves it right into the net. Melissa Poet trying to build on this 4-point advantage. Wireman digs it up. Set near side for Schaefer. She's dug in the back row. Schaefer with the dig. They'll set her again near side. Off the block, back onto the Idalia side. Schaefer again, and that one made the line judge flinch, but it goes past her out of bounds. 5-point lead now for Flagler. Mooney gets that one up. We'll set it far side for Terrell. She sets it back over. And that time it was the tower official who had to move out of the way of the ball. Point over to Flagler. Mooney digs it up. Set for Terrell. She'll shoot the set across. Morgan Osman over the top of the block and too strong. They'll give the serve to Terrell. Morgan Osman gets it up. She'll get the set from Katie Osman and did not clear the net. It's a point on serve for Terrell. Lady Wolves trailing by 4. Haz gets it up. Set it outside for Morgan Osman. Punched up by Schaefer. She'll get the set and slam it down for the point. Elizabeth Grimes coming in place of Katie Ostman. Terrell serve popped up by Sesko. Outside for Morgan Ostman. Dug by Mooney. Tight to the net. Blocked over by Grimes. Waitman will dump the serve. It's kept alive by Poet. Outside, Morgan Ostman blocked. Ostman again. Goes a little softer. Dug up. Near side was Schaefer. And Morgan Ostman off balance. Hits it into the net. Idalia back within 2. 12-10. On the serve of Janae Terrell. Far side, Ostman hits another into the net. And that will bring a timeout from the Flagler side of the building. 1-point game in set 4.
One of the most important benefits of being a Premier Farm Credit member borrower is having the opportunity to share in the association's profits. Since 2001, Premier has paid out over $31 million in patronage dividends. If you want to be a part of a member-owned and controlled cooperative that offers interest rates that are competitive in the marketplace and committed to a patronage dividend program, call your local Premier Farm Credit office. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending.
Flagler got off to the big lead early here in this fourth set. Idalia slowly reeling him in. Terrell's serve popped up and over by Flagler. Waitman will set it near side for Schaefer. She's dug in the cross court. Has dug up by Schaefer. Back set for Divator. Off the top of the net. Sesko keeps it alive. Will be bumped over by Poet. Set in the middle for Divator. Sails it over the top of the block from Grimes and too deep. And Idalia unable to tie it as the lead grows back to 2. Jade has to serve. Mooney gets it up. They'll set it near side for Schaefer. And she hits it too. Oh, that was Divator again. Herrera shanks it. Waitman will bump it over. Set it up far side for Rodwell. She's dug up by Herrera. Schaefer will bump it over. Postman sets it for Grimes. And that will clip back line. Line judge perfectly positioned to see that one, and it's back to a 4-point lead. Has dug up by Herrera. Set it outside for Schaefer. She's dug up. Outside now for Rodwell into the block of Divator. Back down at Rodwell. She can't do anything with it. Swing the serve over to Reagan Schaefer. That was bumped up by Poet. Send it outside for Rodwell. Off the block of Divator into the antenna. That'll give the point to Flagler. And Katie Osman will come back in to serve it for Flagler. Leading by 4 here in this fourth set. Wireman gets it up in the middle. Overpass, put back down by Morgan Osman. And Osman again at the net, dominating now. Puts it back down. And the timeout for Idalia. That's their last in this fourth set.
Everybody knows that when a great opportunity, like an iPhone, presents itself, you grab it. Somebody says they've got tickets to the big game and can't go, you grab the tickets. Somebody tells you that you can get an iPhone at a special price, you grab it. And it's true. For a limited time, Viero has iPhones for only $79.99. And we'll even pay your early termination fees up to $200 when you switch to Viero. All that and coverage you can count on. So hurry into Viero today. Your iPhone is here. Restrictions.
Katie Osman still on serve. The lead has grown back up to 6. Wireman gets that one up. Set in the middle. Divator reaching for it into the net. Only other time these two played this season, it went 5. We are headed to a 5th again unless Idalia makes a big run. Wireman gets it up. Waitman will set it near side. Mooney off the block, cross court, stayed alive. Morgan Osman out of the middle. Wireman, and nobody will be able to get there for number 3, and it's an 8-point lead. Momentum fully behind Flagler. Wireman gets that one up. Waitman sets it near side. Mooney off the tip. Poet keeps it alive. Set it outside for Rodwell. Angle dug up by Schaefer. Near side is Mooney, and she'll get that one down about 4 inches inside the baseline. Still a big lead for Flagler. Get a position. They can win this one on side outs. Set it near side for Morgan Osman off the top of the block. Dug up by, that was Wireman, and on the left-hand attack from Mooney, she will get the kill as the dig attempt comes back over the net and out of play. Waitman still serving it up for Idalia. And off the net, popped up in the back, and a hustle by that was Haz who kept it alive, and then the attack just missing the sideline. Much to the dismay of the Flagler crowd to my left. That one popped up in the back row by Poet. Sesko with a bump set off the rafter, and Osman has to bump it over. Near side, Mooney. Cross court dug up by Rodwell. Set it near side for Morgan Osman, popped up by Schaefer. They'll set Mooney again near side. She goes cross court dug by Haz. Set it far side for Rodwell. Block. And kept alive by Sesko. Morgan Osman out of the middle. Schaefer digs it. Set near side Mooney off the left. Still alive on Flagler side. Rodwell from the far side off the block. Dug by Wireman. Near side is Mooney. And she'll get that one down. Haz was close. Not close enough. They've cut it to 4 on the serve of Waitman. And that went into the net. That gets Morgan Osman out of the front row, but now she's on serve. And that'll be an ace as Reagan Schaefer could not get to it. 3 points away from forcing a decisive 5th set. That one popped up by Mooney. Overpass. Overpass again, and Mooney can't get to it. Just 2 points now separating Flagler from playing a 5th set. From the back row is Schaefer, and she'll hit that one into the net. Set point for Morgan Osman and the Lady Panthers. Mooney tight to the net, and that is an illegal hit by Waitman. We will be going 5-25-16. Captains will meet. Teams cleared to their benches. It's Morgan Osman for Flagler. And I believe Emma Divator for Idalia. Osman says, we like this side of the floor. And now we will step out for our 90-second break. Be back for a fast 5th set.
Citto has been a staple in eastern Colorado since 1971. Since 1977, Citto has been your place to go for trusses, wall panels, and buildings. With state-of-the-art equipment allowing Citto to stay on top of the truss industry, Citto wants you to know that while the economy has affected everybody, it's allowed them to provide some different services while being able to maintain their spot as one of the top truss manufacturers in Colorado. Contact Citto Building Components out of Otis at 800-925-3207. That's Citto, proud to support eastern Colorado. Get your DVD copies of the events you're seeing live online at BigTimeSmallTown.com. Hi, I'm Ben Blecko, owner, founder, and one of the talents of Big Time Small Town Media. Very glad you're enjoying the broadcast we're bringing to you live online. But don't forget you can have this broadcast whenever and wherever you want with a purchase of the DVD from Big Time Small Town Media. Go to www.BigTimeSmallTown.com. There you can check out all of the games that we've got from any past tournaments. We've been doing this for just more than a year, and Big Time Small Town Media is proud to be more than sports. We're community.
Here's a simple math problem. What's 1 plus 1? 2, you say? Not at Bank of Colorado. Here, 1 + 1 add up to free. Because our personal free checking and personal free collection give you twice as much free. You'll start with free checking, free online banking, free telebank access, free PIN pay, no service fees, and more. And when you add on, you'll get a free savings account, free appraisal with your next mortgage, and more. So if you're into free, apply today to open a new account by visiting bankofcolorado.com, where 1 + 1 equals free. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Carrie Sherman with you from Otis High School, Class 1A, Region 3 tournament. Set number 5 between Idalia and Flagler. Idalia won the first 2. Last 2 have been all Lady Panthers, and Reagan Schaefer starts things off with an ace for Idalia. And when these two played less than a month ago, it was Flagler winning in 5, 15-6 in the decisive 5th. Schaefer popped up in the middle by, I believe that was Poet. Morgan Osman goes soft, dug up by Mooney. Mooney will get the set near side, left hand, popped up by Katie Osman. Far side is Alicia Rodwell, dug up by Wireman. Mooney on the near side gets it into the net, and we're tied at 1. In this 5th set, rally scoring to first to 15, must win by 2. If Flagler wants to keep its shot at an automatic qualifying spot to the state tournament alive, they must win this one. Sesko goes outside for Rodwell, dug up by Herrera. It'll be DeVitor bumping it over out of the middle. Sesko sets it for Poet out of the back row, dug up by Schaefer. Mooney dug on the near side. Shoot it far side. Rodwell off the tip. Waitman there to keep it alive. Near side for Mooney. Has to reach for it. Dug out of the back row by Katie Osman. She'll just bump it over. Near side set for Mooney. Dug by, I believe that was Rodwell. Just stuck a hand out there. She's blocked. Dug up by Mooney. See if they'll set her again. No, they'll come near side for Morgan Osman. And Mooney called in the net. That puts the lead on the side of Flagler with Katie Osman still on serve. Wireman pops it up and bumped over by Waitman. Sesko sets it outside for Rodwell. She's dug by Herrera. Waitman will set it near side. Mooney blocked, dug up by Sesko. Rodwell will hit that one into the net and tie us at 2. Has not had very many hitting errors here in the last half hour, 45 minutes of action. Waitman serve, dug up by Haz. Set'll come near side for Morgan Osman, goes cross court, dug by Wireman. Mooney on the near side, top of the net, and back down on the Idalia side. Lead back over with the serve to Flagler and Morgan Osman. Mooney gets that one up. Waitman will set it in the middle. DeVitor, too tall, and it's a 2-point advantage for Flagler. Schaefer handles the serve. Set comes near side for Herrera. She shoots the set over. Out of the middle. Poet off the tip. And that'll go down on the Flagler side, or Idalia side. Quick timeout for Idalia, trailing 5-2.
Glosson Construction is your one-stop shop with concrete work, drywall, flooring, roofing, and stucco. Everything including the final finishing nail handle projects throughout northeastern Colorado. You need to get in touch with Rick at Glosson Construction, located at 801 East 4th Street in Akron. If Rick can't build it, no one can. Call 970-345-2087. From start to finish, trust Glosson Construction as your one-stop shop for construction. Call 970-345-2087.
Getting some updates from the studio from Kevin Schaefer. Colorado Preps Caliche and Dove Creek have qualified automatically into the field. And Wiley and Kit Carson are in a decisive 5th game. Winner of that will punch their ticket as well. Morgan Osman serve. And that one eats Mooney and Schaefer up. Morgan Osman popped up by Wireman. Set in the middle for DeVitor, punches one over. Set in the far side for Rodwell, dug up by Schaefer. So will come near side for Mooney. And be bumped over by Rodwell. Wireman gets it up. DeVitor out of the middle and hits that one into the net. 5-point advantage. Again, we play to 15. Morgan Osman and Schaefer gets it up. Set comes near side. Herrera mishits it, and she's coming out. It will be Bryce Schaefer coming in. Haven't seen much of Bryce Schaefer. Saw her a little bit last weekend, a little bit in that first match against Otis tonight. Mooney handles the serve. Set will come outside for Schaefer, and she's dug by Rodwell. Rodwell will get the swing, dug up by Reagan Schaefer. They'll set Bryce Schaefer again. Nope, that was Mooney who got that big swing. Rodwell will get the kill. Mooney gets it up. DeVitor blocked on the dink by Pollitt. This fifth set, all Lady Panthers so far. This an 8-0 run. 7 of them on serve by Morgan Osman. Schaefer gets that one up. Set come outside for Bryce Schaefer. She can't rotate the shoulders, get on top of it. It goes long. Reagan Schaefer handles that one. Set in the middle for DeVitor. Goes off speed and gets it down in front of Rodwell for the point. That'll break a 9-0 run. Again, 8 of those on serve by Morgan Ostman. Sierra Wireman with the serve, needing to put together a massive run. Set outside for Poet. No contact on the net. 4 hits. That's the start for Wireman. And Idalia, as they try to chip back in, down 7. Sesko sets it for Rodwell. And she took a little bit off of it, and Idalia could not handle it. Rodwell will serve, needing 3 points to win the match. Reagan Schaefer out of the back row, dug up by Rodwell. Set it far side for Haas. And Wireman digs it. Set it near side for Mooney. She's dug by Morgan Osman. And Haas keeps it alive. She'll get the attack. Dug up by Wireman. Set it into the middle for Terrell. She'll just shoot the set over. Out of the middle, Poet, too strong and out. Mooney heads back to the service area, still trailing by 7. Rodwell steps out, and she's replaced in the back row by Stratton. Mooney misses that serve. And Larae Sesko steps back now just 2 points away from a 5-set victory. But not going to happen with that. She hits it right into the net. That gives Bryce Schaefer a serve. It's called for a foot fault on her only other serve. Drives that one deep. Ostman set outside for Haas. Punked over by Katie Ostman. Set near side. Reagan Schaefer dug by Haas. And she'll poke it over with one arm. Set it backside for Reagan Schaefer. Dug again. Haas on the outside. Dug up by Reagan Schaefer. She'll take the big swing, go cross court. Dug by Stratton. And that one will find floor again. It looked like we might see Idalia sweep, and they're 1 point away from dropping it in 5. And that it is. There's Reagan Schaefer sends that one 2 inches too long. So this one goes to Flagler. 20-25, 21-25, 25-20, 25-16, and 15-6. No rest for the Lady Panthers as they will be right back on the floor for our final match. Otis and Flagler. That one was scheduled to start at 7, as we're already 11 minutes after. They put 15 on the clock, and then I believe they'll have another 15 for warm-up, so we should be back with you in just short of a half hour. Well, thank you everyone for joining us for that exciting match here on Big Time Small Town Media's coverage of Class 1A Region 3 Volleyball. ColoradoPreps.tv and Shasta.tv. Again, I'm Kerry Sherman. Hope you join us for what shapes up to be our regional championship, again, in about a half an hour.